It's been a little over a week, I think. And I thought I'd do a quick update while I'm alone. Jonah just took Artemis to the dog park, and so I had a little time by myself, and I'm gonna do this video quick so I can use some of the stuff that I bought, and then I will probably go sit in front of the couch, or sit in front of the TV on the couch and watch some TV. So it's St. Patrick's Day. It's March 17th. We have a symphony later this evening. It's like Celtic music, so I'm pretty excited about that. We went out to the venue this morning with my mom, just to go get ask some more last minute questions, or not really last minute, but ask some more questions, kind of get an idea of what's going on. And then came home, and now Jonah decided he wanted to go to the dog park, and so I said, have fun, bye. I didn't really want to stand outside. We went out there yesterday for a couple hours, and that was pretty fun. The dogs were pretty cute. There's a lot of dogs that were there. So, and then we went out Jonah and I went out for a burger and a beer last night, and then met a friend at another bar for another couple beers, and played some pool and some darts. Got this one random one. And so I thought I'd do this video quick, show you some of the stuff that I bought. It's going to be a pretty short video. I only have one whip, a new start, and some haul. That's all I got. I didn't really do all that much this week, guys. I've been pretty busy. So, show you my one whip. Surprise, surprise, this one hasn't come out in a long time, so I'm quite shocked that I worked on it, but I did. So, it's a Bucilla kit called Leap of Faith, and so the last time I showed it to you, I think I had done the feather only up to here. So this whole part of the feather is new. So that's what it looks like in whole. And so I did this little flower pit right here, and then all of this back stitch piece here, and now I'm starting. Maybe I did start that one too. Maybe I did do this piece. I don't remember where I was. I don't remember. So, worked on that. I think I only did that for like an afternoon, for a couple hours, for like an hour or so. I just sat down and backstitched for a little bit. And so, still got quite a ways to go on that, but at least I pulled it out, right? I worked on that forever. And then my new start, one of my pieces of haul, I had zero self-control, and so I started stitching on it. And I'm really irritated because it's not centered on here like I thought it was. So, doesn't make any sense, but it's in my Christmas one. Snowflakes. So all my threads in here and my scissors and stuff. I'll pull it out of the hoop, I guess. This is from the Trilogy. It's called Zoo Lineup. And I'm doing it all in DMC because I'm cheap. So I just started the zoo animals and this row and the alligators and a little bit of the giraffe. So basically all of this has been done in the last couple days. Let me move that out of the way. This is on 32 count light blue Lugana. And so these guys are pretty much all done except for like his beak, his eyes, his mouth. So otherwise these guys are pretty much done. The zoo animals. So when I started stitching it, I started in the center, but when I was looking at the chart, so you know how they have like the triangle at the top and then one of the sides to get you to the center? Well, I got to the center of the thing, and then I started stitching the A, and stupid me thought the A was the center, but it's actually the N, or the M. The M is actually the center. So it's over like an inch too far. So my giraffe is going to get pretty far out. So this is pretty much like the far edge. So I could have had it shifted over another inch or so, but that's okay. So zebra is pretty much all done except for his tail. He needs an eye and a beak. He needs some eyes, and he needs a mouth. This is the start of the giraffe's neck. This line here needs another color, and then this is the start of one of the crocodiles on the bottom. So, and I love it on blue. It makes like the colors of the animals, they just pop off. So I actually want to not put that back in there. Ow. So the only thing that kind of sucks about this is a pattern on 8.5 by 11 without folding it doesn't fit. So I just have all of the materials in the bag, and then this just is separate. So that's my new start, and then I can just show you guys all the stuff that I bought. So some of this is from Stash and Load. Some of this is from like Stash and Load or Stash and More Stash. Something. There's a bunch of different ones. And then some of it is from Savers, which is a secondhand store in the area. And some of it is from Stitching Bits and Bobs. The fabric is at the end. So I'll show you what I got on Facebook first. Oh, not that one. This one. This one. This one. I just want to make sure that this one. I have them all kind of mixed up, so. Alright, I'm missing something from here. Hold on, I'm missing something. I think I moved some stuff here. Oh my goodness. I have a couple, excuse me. I have a couple patterns that I know I got on Facebook, but they're not in my pile. What did I do with them? Oh, here they go. This one, and this one. Okay. 3 other ones. Okay, so these are from Facebook. It was a lady who had a stitching store, and she was closing down, and so she was selling a bunch of her stuff online. So I got Stoney Creek Landmarks Around the World. So I think it's just these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, so Stoney Creek. So you get the Notre Dame, the Great Wall of China, Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, the Sphinx, and a Netherlands windmill. So I kind of got it for a couple things. The Sphinx, because I love Egypt. My sister loves Paris. The Big Ben, because I went to London. Great Wall of China is just gorgeous, and then Notre Dame's pretty cool. I actually kind of like the windmill now, too. So I'll put that in my giant stash of things that I will never stitch, because I have too much stuff. That was a free gift, so I'll do that one at the end. This is Erica Michaels' Old Irish Blessing. It says, "May the road rise to meet you, may the wind always be at your back." Oh, wait, may the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand. I love anything Irish and Scottish, and so I saw this and I just loved it. So that's what it'll look like when it's all done. It looks like Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works fabrics, or flosses. And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. So that's not bad. So that's that one. This one in the pile. This one has a little charm. It's called Irish Eyes from the Sunflower Seed. It says, "My Irish eyes are smiling." So this little cloud of charm is right there. So that's what the little whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, that's what the little charm is. And it goes right in the middle here. Which I don't even think necessarily needs it, but that would be a really cute necklace. So, and that has just 2 colors. So, there's that one. I think the only other Irish one is this one. It's just called Irish, and it's also from the sunflower seed. But this one's all in DMC, so it just says Irish, and it's got some Celtic knots and some 4-leaf clovers. So I might start one of those today. I might start this one because this is the only one that has DMC. And I might start it in honor of St. Patrick's Day today. This one is called God is Good from La Di Da. It's God is good, God is great, let us thank him for this food, amen. So, if you guys can see, I know there's a little bit of a glare, but I think this would be really cute to hang in like a dining room and stuff like that, because that's the prayer that my parents always had us say before dinner. This one I just think is adorable. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I think it's cute. I don't really like the little bee buttons, so I might find some actual bees. But it's called Welcome to Our Hive from For My Boys. That's what it looks like. I love the hive and the variegation. It's just gorgeous. So, I don't really like the little bee. So, the little bees are little buttons from Just Another Button Company, but I'm not a huge button person. So, I will probably find a bee that I could stitch in that spot. This is called King of the Roost. Okay, so I don't know if I've mentioned this on Flosstube before. I'm terrified of roosters, but for some reason I love this guy. Roosters, like, I'm honestly, like, deathly scared. Not deathly. I'm, like, absolutely terrified of them. I won't go near them. I mean, I will, but I'll hate it. I'll hate every second of it. I hate roosters. They're just traumatized when I was a child, so I just hate them now. But this is from Green Apple Company. It's called King of the Roost. And I don't know why. I just love the colors of him. He's just so pretty. Even though I absolutely hate roosters, I love the colors of him. It's just very nice. So, we'll see how that goes. And then she mentioned when she sent it to me that she sent an extra free one with me. So this is from Shepherd's Bush, and it's called Spring Garden. So, and again, that one's got another bee. I actually think that's the same bee. Yeah, Just Another Button Company. I don't know what oh, this is a bee. This is a button too at the end here. But I kind of like it without, I mean, I would stitch, oh wait, there's a bee too, or there's a bird too. The bird is a button too. So I would stitch the bee, I would ignore the bird, and I would take out the flower pot, but I would stitch a bee there. And I would probably take out the sun. So, that was the free one that she gave me. But I'm going to pull Irish out. Ooh, ooh. And I might stitch that one. Sorry I'm squinting. The sun's coming in this window. So, I have you propped up against my window again, because that's where I can get the best light in this house. Without having to haul all my stuff across the house. So, those are the ones that I got on Facebook. And then I'll show you the stuff that I got from Savers, which, like I said, is a secondhand store in the area. So I got a scroll frame, a 6x12 scroll frame. So it's just the boards, the dowels with the slit in them. I pinch my fingers. And then and then there's another one of these that goes on the other side, and then you just tighten them down, and then that's how you do it. So, of course, you guys probably all know what a scroll frame is, but I didn't when I first, like, heard of them. Like, I understood what they were, but I guess I never knew what they actually were. So, I got one of those. I haven't tried it yet. So, yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I pulled it open just because I wanted to make sure that all the parts were in it. So I kind of like jacked up the box a little bit, but that's okay. So I got a scroll frame. So I might have to find a pattern that I can try using that with. And then I got a bunch of, here, I'll show you the leaflets first, actually. This is a leaflet, this is a leaflet, wait, that's not a leaflet. These two, these three. 3 leaflets and 5 magazines. So, well, you guys get to see how much I paid. So this is Fantasy Triptech by Teresa Wentzler. And honestly, I kind of just want to stitch him and maybe the castle. I don't like that she's on a unicorn. I don't like unicorns. But I really like him. Look how pretty he is. I don't know if that's showing up. But these two are really pretty. But I would definitely stitch him. So, got that one. And again, ooh, this person colored theirs. Let me put this back over. I colored. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Oh, they stapled it back in there. Okay. So they must have pulled it out and then just stapled it back in there. So I'd have to copy this to make a working copy. But, interesting. And I actually noticed this one too has a lot of highlights in it. So that was one. Let's put that in there. I got this one. Let me see if the name is inside here too. Crate something. Crate labels and seed packets, I think. I think that's what this says. So there's 16 different designs. So they've got like cherries, lemons, grapes, pears, sunflower seeds, artichoke, petunia, sorry, I'm trying to read backwards, radishes, tomatoes, oranges, dahlias, hollyhock, pomegranate, eggplant, peppers, and carrots. And so on this one too, not all of them, like these two are blank. But like this one is all highlighted. Like super highlighted. And then these ones are blank again. So, oh, and then yellow, bright orange. So I will have to make photocopies to make working copies for myself to get rid of the colors. And hopefully it works. And then I saw this one, and actually Jonah was with me, and he goes, oh, you're buying that one. So this one's from Leisure Arts. It's called Hunting Companions. And, of course, it has hunting dogs on it. And so Jonah was like, you need it for me. And I said, okay. So this one, I love, like, all of this down here. This is, like, pretty much all backstitch right here. I just love that. Let's see. And then it's got like this little puppy, and this little puppy is some more sleeping ones, one with a duck. Trying to see if there's any others. And then there's this one with the 2 puppies. So I like this one the most. This is the one I would probably stitch. So, and then I've got some magazines. So most of these are Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, which is the magazine I find the most up here. But the only other one that isn't is For the Love of Cross Stitch. This is March 1998. And, oh, there's Irish Blessing in here. That'll have to happen. So, I'm just going to do a really quick flip through because this is a short video. I like this top scene. So this whole thing, I wouldn't do all of this, but I would like to do that part. I like that. This coffee one, I like that one. I mean, I don't drink coffee, but I would do it. May the most you wish for be the least you get. I think this is a Oh yeah, this is an Irish blessing, but I don't really like this that much. But that's the Irish blessing in it. So it says, may the most you wish for be the least you get. May the best of times you've ever had be the worst you'll ever see. And so it's just pretty with some flowers, but I wouldn't stitch that. I won't stitch that or that. This little Santa's kind of cute. I don't like the stars and stuff. I would take those out maybe, but he's kind of cute. I don't like the dog that was on the cover. I won't stitch him. I think. Yep. Okay. So that's all that was in that one. So again, For Love of Cross Stitch, Leisure Arts Magazine from March 1998. And then Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. This one's January, February 1987, and I got it because of the cover. I love the nose arc thing. I think it's so cute. I'm usually not like a huge nose arc fan. I haven't really been. But for some reason, I just love the one on the cover. And I think that's like the only thing in here that I would even stitch. I think when I looked through this, I didn't find anything else that I was like, yeah, I'd stitch that. Maybe this fat little robin. I'm going to try and cover the pattern. He's kind of cute. Or bluebird, sorry, this little Christmas bluebird. But other than that, I got it for this. I got it for the little... So when it says, when rainy day is upon you, remember the rainbow's promise told. And then it's wrought by, and then your name and the date. So, I like that. I got this one. I think I just grabbed because I was like flipping through them really quickly and just trying to grab what I didn't have or what I was like, well, you know, whatever, I'll grab that one. So this one's from January, February 1988. So the cover looks like. That's very pretty, but I'm not a huge sampler person. I love this little cartoon. So in these magazines, they have little cartoons called Crisscross. And this one's hilarious. So it says, I'll tell you, honey, there's nothing as exciting as starting a new project. And she's like got all these little ones around her that have like 3 or 4 stitches in them. And she's about to start another one. Like, is that not our life or what? Like, that is everything that we do. At least that's what I do. A million. And this one's really cute. So this one is called, oh shoot, what is this called? Name Sampler. So what you do is they have this basic pattern. So it's a sampler, and then you put your name here, the name here, and the date. So 11/17/1940, and there's the date. And then you write where the name came from. Like, so this one's Latin, and it means divine one. And so they have like the letters for all of it. So like this one is Alexander, and it means helper of mankind. And so like that's what, so you basically, you take the pattern. I'm just going to like quickly show you. So like you get the pattern, and they just leave it blank right here, which is where you put the name. Wait, no. Yeah, that's where you put the name. And then here is where you put like from where it came from. And then here's where you put like what it means. And you just like make it bigger or smaller. Like this, make the font bigger or smaller depending on it. So I think I ended up going like, yeah, that's a good reason to get this one. Or no, I didn't even look in this one. And then I got this one, this little fox. It's from a folk story. I don't know if anybody remembers the little words page from Aesop's Fables. There you go. That's right there in front of me. It's called The Fox and the Grapes. So here you go. Aesop's Fable. There's a little fable about a fox and stealing grapes. So like he steals the grapes and then realizes later that they reasoned that they were still there or something. Okay, so like he was trying to grab the grapes. And So he like tries to grab the grapes and he can't reach them. And he goes, oh, I thought that they were ripe, but they're sour anyway, so I don't want them. So like he couldn't do it. So he just like was just like, well, whatever. I don't want them anyway. So, but I like the little fables and I think that would be really cute to like do. So, I know Prairie Schooler has a bunch of like the old stories and stuff like that. So it has like, Little Red Riding Hood was one that I want to put up, and like, I can't even think of them right now off the top of my head, but there's like a bunch of like the little like old fables and stuff like that that I want to stitch someday for when I have children, which won't be for a while yet. This one's from October 1992, and I loved this on the front. It's so pretty. And so that was pretty much the main reason I got it. And then, so if you remember the barn I stitched, this is one of the other ones. This is the Western barn. So this is actually what, like, barns in my, or Midwest barn. This is, like, what barns where I live look like. Like, that's what they look like. Because we have so much snow, they need to have super steep and low so the snow just falls off. So, and like it's better for like when there's like really, really bad winds and snow and like the blizzards like whipping the snow around, so that like the walls are protected and stuff. So, and then yeah, there was the thing on the front. This is kind of cute. I don't think I would stitch it, but I like it. It says "Friends and Neighbors Welcome." It's very pretty. I don't know if I would stitch it, but it's pretty. Victorian Welcome is what it's called. Nope, that's it in that one. One more magazine, and I got it for the cover. So this is May-June 1987, same magazine, and I got it for that. And actually, somebody on Instagram is stitching this right now, and it's making me want to stitch it even more. So let's see, does it say what it's? Gathering Honey, the bee sampler is what that is. So let's see if I can find anything else in here that was pretty much the main thing. Oh, and so I don't know where it is. I have this, in which I actually need to, let's see, it says, does it say where it, this is the Amish Triptech. Center panel was in July, August 1987. So if I can find that one, that would be awesome, because I have this pattern. I just don't have the color key for it. But, so this is the one that's in this one, is this little farmer in his field, which I love this. I think that's awesome. So I would definitely stitch that. And I actually like the third panel too, of her hanging the quilts. I like that too. I would probably stitch all of those, actually. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Sorry, I'm like flipping through this while I'm talking to you, but that's okay. And I think that's it out of there. So that's what I got for patterns and magazines and stuff. So we went to, like I said, we went to Savers and I found some stuff online, and then I was like, okay, gotta have some self-control. And then I was on Facebook. I was in Cross Stitch is Fun? I don't remember. One of the groups. If you want to know, let me know. And there was a lady in there who asked a question that I actually had. Was, is there a place where you can buy like a grab bag of fabrics to get like some other options and stuff like that? And somebody commented on there, yes, Stitching Bits and Bobs. Yeah, I'll show you the name of it. I actually got this with it. It was a free gift, one of the free gifts I got with it. So it's called Stitching Bits and Bobs. There's this little adorable hippo Oh. Hippo. This is actually a button. There's holes in him. So I won't use him. But this is cute. And I thought like this would be fun for like some of my smaller ones. You just put like some of the fabric. And it's got the little ruler on it. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, so it came from Stitching Bits and Bobs. And so I got, and I'm going to tell you prices and stuff like that because it's not that hard to go and look it up if you really are curious. So I paid $50 for what's said to be $75 value, or $73 value, I apologize. So, yeah, I'm just going to go like this. So, they're called Mystery Bits, and so I chose the 28 to 40 count fabric pack. It's $73 value, and I paid $5, and it's $7 shipping. So, seems fair to me. And then I got a free pattern, and I'm just going to hold it back a little ways. It's not big to tell anyway. It's called Holy Night. Oh, Holy Night. Or no, Holy Night. And it's from Plum Street. So I'm just going to hold it way back here. So that was one of the other things that I got in it. And then I got 4 things of fabric. And I got four fat quarters. So to me, and here, I can open one of these and show you. I think that's a decent, because I mean, these are 21, 20, 22, and 12. I mean, these are decent pieces. Some of them are hand-dyed. Like this one is hand-dyed. And so this one is Zweigart Edinburgh linen called Cloudy Day Gray. And again, this is a fat quarter, so I'll show you how big the fat quarter is. Can you see that? I mean, that's a decent size. And it is definitely a bluey gray, which is kind of showing up. It's a little more gray than blue. That's what's showing. Actually, that's pretty accurate, guys. That's actually not bad. Oh, let's go back on this side. That's pretty close. And so it's just got some light modeling. I can actually see the modeling better through the camera than I can in real life. Like all these lines. You can't see them as easily in real life. But you get a fat quarter. So this one's hand-dyed. I believe this is hand-dyed. Maybe not. I don't know. So, and that's a fat quarter of fabric worth $21 and 60. I paid about $60 for the whole thing. So you do the math. I think it was worth it, especially because I don't have a place to pick up fabrics, and I don't really have like a huge stash of fabrics. So having somebody just send me a bunch of different pieces of fabric is kind of nice. I have options now to stitch with. This one is tea-dyed. It's called Sandstone. It's Permin linen, 32 count. Oh wait, what was that one? That was 36 count. This one's 32 count. And that's actually fairly accurate. I'm not going to take it out of the bag. And I don't really care if you guys see the prices. Like, so this is just a fat quarter of linen. Again, same size. Then I got this one. This one is called Pink Whisper, and it's a Newcastle 40 count. Oh, that's not going to show. That's not showing up. All right, we will pull this one out. That's not showing up. This is like a pink. That's not showing up right. It's actually like a baby, a little darker than that. It's like a baby, it's a baby pink. So that one's cute. No idea what I'm going to stitch on there. I love all the crazy colors, but I'm like so scared to put stuff on crazy colors sometimes. Even though that's not really that crazy. And then this is a Lugana 32 count in limestone, which is just another basic. So I get 2 neutrals, a pink. Well, there you go. That's better. And a blue. Bluish gray. So I mean, basically 3 neutrals and a bright and a color. But this is actually more blue than gray, so I wouldn't know if I would call it a neutral. So again, I thought it was worth it. It came fairly quickly. Let's see, when did I say when I ordered it? No. I think I ordered it like, I ordered it and it came within a week. So, to me, it was worth it. And I'm actually not, I don't need that. This one I will keep. And so here, I can show you what I do with all my loose leaf patterns. So I have this blue binder, and, oh hey look, there you go, there it is, the Amish Triptech piece. So this is where things that have come out of magazines, or, working copies of certain things that I've had, of things. I keep all my working copies. And then way back here, I have, like, the ones that, so, like, that was my working copy. So I try to keep, like, my working copy separate. And so I've kept all my working copies. I'll never stitch any of them again, but I keep all my working copies. And then I get rid of the original pattern because I feel, okay, somebody else should stitch this. I'm never going to stitch it again. However, I like my working copies because I've had moments where I've stitched something and gotten rid of a pattern, and then it got, like, part of it got ruined and I had to restitch a piece. Like, there was one that some of the stitches fell out because I didn't have them anchored in the back very well, so I lost a couple stitches, and so I was guessing on what colors those were. I was guessing on what colors those were to fix it, and I didn't have the pattern anymore. So it was kind of nice having the working copies, and especially like with a couple of them, I did sell a pattern and then realized later when looking at it that I missed a chunk, and so I was able to pull up my working copy again and put the last few stitches that I had missed in. So every now and then it's nice to have. I don't give my working copies to anybody. They stay in my possession. So I'm just like covering my butt if anybody's like, oh, that's copyright. Like, I don't give these out. Like, nobody gets to see these. Anything up here, like all of this is all from magazines that I've pulled apart where I'm like, well, I'm never gonna stitch anything else in here, but I want to keep the magazine, so I just keep the pieces I have. And then I've got back here, so this is one that I was given. That's a pretty one. Here's some I have separated. I have letters that I've gotten out of magazines, so this is like my little letter sleeve. This was a pattern this is a full coverage pattern that I have printed. Full coverage pattern I had printed. Full coverage pattern I had printed. And then back here is all my old working copies. And then I just photocopy a front. I photocopy, before I send it, I photocopy what it was supposed to look like and my list. And then back here, you're not going to be able to see, but in here is my working copy. So it's all highlighted and colored on and stuff like that. So basically when I get a pattern, so like, where'd my one that I was working on today go? Here, this one. So this pattern. So here it is, but this basically stays in my basket, or it doesn't stay in my basket, it goes with it, but only if it's in the house. If I'm going somewhere, I have a working copy that's folded up in here. There's a paper copy in here, or maybe it's on my dining room table. That's on my coffee table, because I just brought this upstairs to show you. Yeah, it's on my coffee table. I have a working copy that usually is in here. And then this stays at my house. If I ever decide to bring this somewhere, or if I, or if it's like sitting out and because I drink coffee, or not coffee, I drink like tea and stuff while I'm like stitching and stuff. So if I spill anything, the original copy is still around and I don't ruin it, because I've had issues in the past where I have spilled or left it out somewhere and it got ripped or something. I had one where I left it out and my cousin, who was really little, decided to color on it, and so it was like scribbled all over. Again, was my working copy, so I was okay because I could really go back to the original, make another photocopy of it to use as my working copy, and I could just toss out the old one. So I shredded my old working copy and got rid of it. That way I always have the original in case something happens to my working copy. So that's something like I would suggest to people if they don't do working copies. Like, I understand like some people don't highlight, but if you have a pattern out, especially around younger children, because having had little people in my house, sometimes they don't realize what they're touching, and they don't realize they're not supposed to color on certain things. I mean, you'll open something and you're like, oh, okay, you colored on that. That was not supposed to be colored on. Or something gets spilled, especially with animals. I know we've spilled things before. And so it's nice to keep my working copy, or my original, like my original leaflets, my original magazines, anything like this doesn't leave, or it stays in the plastic protected bags that I have. So, but if it's something like this, I usually just keep it up here. I don't even bring it downstairs. It stays up in my room in my little basket, which is right there. Can you see that? Yeah, my little basket right there. It stays in there, or it stays inside here. So inside here, where's one that I can easily pull out and show you, because I actually don't think my working copy's in there either. There we go. Okay, so there are traditions. I have the paper. This is part of the pattern that I photocopied. And I actually do on this one. I did highlight for a little bit. This was when I was trying highlighting, and I realized I didn't like it. So yeah, this is my working copy. And so this is the piece that when I'm stitching is sitting next to me on the table, or on the arm of the couch, or next to my drink, so that I don't spill. Or if I do spill, or if something happens, it doesn't get hurt. There's some that I don't have copies of, that I haven't made copies of, like this one, because this one's on my computer. So if I need to print it out again, if something happens to it, I can just reprint it. So like an online copy, I don't worry about it. I just print out the one sheet that I need at the time, or I print the whole thing out, and if something happens, I can reprint. But things that are, especially like Mirabilia, I didn't because I brought it to the hotel the first time, but I need to make a working copy of her because I'm too scared to ruin this. Especially for someone who likes to resell their patterns. I don't want anything to happen to my pattern, and it's nice to be able to say that this is in fantastic condition. It might have a little wear on the corners from being moved around and put in bags and set in piles and stuff like that, but it's in good condition. There's no coloring, there's no highlighting, it's never been spilled on, it's never been touched by little grimy little children hands. It's in fantastic condition. And that's what I like being able to do, is saying, nope, it's good. It's basically been put in a closet or put in a container and not touched. That, to me, sometimes matters a lot, especially when you get patterns like this one, where nobody made a working copy. And so now I have to make working copies, and I can't really use this. I mean, I can. Granted, that orange is really hard to look at. The pink is even worse. I could do the orange. The pink is awful. That pink is going to be really hard. Really, really hard to look at if I was trying to stitch. Especially some of, like, the teeny tiny little ones. So, like, let's see if I can show you a spot of where what that shape looks like. Like, some of them are so pale. I'm trying to find a spot where it's like I don't have to cover up too much of the pattern. Okay, well, this is not. Okay, yeah. So, right here. So, I don't even know if you guys can even see it. In this box, there's a teeny tiny little super lightly drawn square. So, like, you can't even see it there. The little teeny tiny dot right there. It's not focusing. There's a little teeny tiny square right there. You can barely see, and then when you highlight over it in pink, it practically disappears. Especially on this one, like there's a ton in this middle part that's that little tiny square. I can see it if I'm like sitting like this, but I don't stitch with my nose that far away from my pattern. So it's really hard to look at. So that I don't like buying things like that. Granted, I didn't open this up. I looked at the outside and went, oh, those are pretty, and bought it. But, like, you guys know what I'm saying. Or, like, my Teresa Wentzler. That one's colored in, too. And now I'm going to have to try and make a working copy of that, actually. It goes over there. So I'm going to have to make a working copy of that now. But you guys know what I'm saying. I'm really just talking a lot right now. So that's my suggestion for anybody that likes to resell their patterns or anything like that, or anybody in general, if you don't want to get your original pattern ruined, I've seen it where people have gone, oh my gosh, I spilled and this is like completely ruined now, and now my pattern's gone, I have to go buy a brand new one. It's nice to be able to say, okay, that's just my working copy. I mean, you still go, yeah, it's all like covered now with coffee and wine, but it's also nice to be able to just go, nope, it's okay. It was just a working copy. I can make another copy. It's not a big deal. Ink and paper don't cost that much to make one copy. So to me, it's worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. So that's my 2 cents, guys. I think I just talked for like, there's like, okay, so like right in the middle of my forehead is where the clock is where like the timer is and tells me how long I've been talking. I'm talking for 45 minutes and 40 seconds. And so I'm going to go now, but just give you my 2 cents on working copies. Yeah. I'll stop talking now. So I might sit down and stitch my Irish piece in honor of St. Patty's Day, because I know Jonah's going to be gone at the dog park for a while, seeing as it's only like 2 something and we don't have the symphony till 7. So I might go find something to do. Might go find something to stitch and watch some TV. So I'm going to go. I'm going to get some stuff sorted and situated over here, because now I've pulled a bunch of stuff out showing you guys stuff, so I don't have to put everything back. So hopefully I will see you guys again in about a week. Hopefully I'll have more progress rather than just one thing to show you. And hopefully less things that I purchased. I'm trying to contain myself and not buy things. It's not working. I haven't bought anything in a little while, but I do plan on going to Stitchville again soon-ish. And that's always a dangerous thing to do. So, but I'm going to go. I'm going to go get some stuff done. I've been rambling forever now, and I just need to stop. So, I will see you guys in hopefully about a week. And until then, happy stitching, guys. Bye.